It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gonzo, and welcome to P1's broadcasting coverage at our signature presentation of Round 2, Week 2 of Season 3 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from the historic Milwaukee Mile, presented by Topia Systems. Qualifications are done. Big strength of field here tonight, but a small field. That just tells you how jam-packed we are with talent. A 52.84 is the strength of field tonight. Only 19 cars, and I believe the lowest I rating I saw was a 4.2K. That should say a little bit about what is gridding up. As always, joining me is Justin Petschauer and Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Justin, big time show tonight with the 5K strength of field. A lot of big names in the community taking to the grid.
Yeah, but there's also one that's missing, and that's the king, Robert Maleshka III. Don't see him on the list here, but 19 cars, even for that small of a field, and a big SOF. We're in for one heck of a show here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Welcome to the broadcast, Lewis. Getting ready to go racing here soon. We're lining up. We'll get the starting lineup in, but your opening thoughts here from Milwaukee.
Well, my opening thought is about they have a Tues in the field. Remember what's happened last week in Chicagoland, with Devon Mitchell and also Pinheiro here in the lineup. So I hope it's going to be everything cool to finish the race in cool way.
Yeah, quote that word, cool. What do you say, Gary? Ready to go through the starting lineup?
Let's get the starting lineup in there. Go right ahead.
Well, starting on pole, it's Mr. Controversy himself, Brandon Trost, that will start from P1 with a 22.075. Next to him will be Adriano Pinheiro. Third will be Hamilton Akabuze, who says this is not one of his favorite tracks yet. He put down one heck of a good qualifying run. Let's see if he can translate that to a win tonight. Fourth, it'll be Tanner Richards. And rounding out the top five, in front of the show, Nicholas Sadiq. Starting sixth, it'll be Tony Pizarro. Seventh, it'll be Trey Shadid. Eighth, it'll be Logan Edwards. Ninth, it'll be Mr. Dallas Stars fan himself, Dylan Moskowitz. Hopefully, he can have a better showing tonight than what his team did in the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Ouch.
Yes, I am a Winnipeg Jets fan. I will let him know that. 10th, it'll be Kyle Cledworth. 11th, it'll be Seb Alexander. 12th, it'll be Adriano Paporti. Not one of his best qualifying runs here at Milwaukee. 13th, it'll be Jacob Collins. 14th, it'll be Chris Janke. And the boss man, Antonio Estrada, starting 15th, and rounding out the field with the last qualifying time put, it'll be Matt Hollabaugh in 16th. And the three that did not put down a qualifying time, 17th, Alex Van de Sant, 18th, Michael D. Kenner, and 19th, it'll be Daniel Reich. That is your 19-car field here for the Milwaukee Mile, 105 laps. It's going to be a good one. Pace car's getting ready to make that hard left turn, and that's going to be the tricky spot here at Milwaukee in case pit stops happen. And already, here we go. Trost with one heck of a good start. He might have jumped it a little bit, but here they go into turn number one. Already a couple cars going side by side through 1 and 2.
Waste not, want not on that restart. Trost already out by pretty considerable lead halfway down the backstretch.
He's trying to pull away because he knows what would happen if Seb Alexander gets up near him. Those two have had run-ins in the past for about the past 2 or so years. They do not like each other. That is for dang sure. Already some clean green racing as they go through 1 and 2. Already a couple cars trying that high side. But from what we've seen, the bottom lane is preferred. But you have to nail that apex correct. Because if you don't, you will lose a little bit of traction, and that outside line will be able to make the pass.
Hey, Lewis, remind me who won in the Elite Racing League race we covered here towards the end of the last season?
Oh, my God. Well, the guy on is almost side-by-side with Trost, Pinheiro. We thought it was slow, we thought it's like they don't have a timing in the track, and the guys have a timing with the old tires. So I think he have a good chance to win the race, but it's a sprint race. So basically, in comparison with the IRN, it's a full race, full distance. This is a sprint race, so he have to hustle to try to catch Tross.
And this is almost a half-distant race compared to what they will run here in the real world. We are doing, that is not a typo at the top of your screen. We are doing 105 laps. This is the longest race we've recorded at Milwaukee. I've looked back in history. The last 2 races we had here, we are doing longer races this season. It looks like, at least at this venue. We did 85 laps in Season 3 of 2024 and 90 laps in Season 4 of 2024, so 105 for this go-around here at Milwaukee.
Well, you also have to remember the IIS will be coming here near the end of August, and it will be 250 laps. Who knows? We might get another doldrum race where we only get 3 cautions early on, and then it's just green flag the rest of the way. And some would say, how would he know that? I was in that race.
Tross is your leader. Pinero second. Akawawizi in third. T-Rich in fourth. Tony Pizarro in fifth. That is your top 5 very early here at the mile. A various number of lines we've seen going through these corners. Down low, up high, and really up high. We've seen a couple people ripping the top side. Now we're all single file at the moment.
Yeah, they may be ripping the high side, but they're not ripping the Kyle Larson line that we ran here last August. Thank God they squared that away to where that's not a thing anymore.
Oh, don't call it.
I mean, it's true. It's literally right up against the wall. That is a de facto Kyle Larson line.
Here is Fraporti down using the curbing around bottom of turn 1 and 2 to loosen his car up to get it to rotate. Racing El Patron and hitting that curbing, upset his car a little bit. Here comes Alex Van de Sant down on the low side in turns 3 and 4 to try to get a position. Fraporti holds him off at least for this lap.
Now with ADS, he's basically he's doing what's called the Andretti diamond cut almost, where he takes a bit of either a shallower entry or a wider. No, that's actually the Dixon line he was running in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 he was running the Andretti line. The Dixon line in 1 and 2 is basically you take a wide entry, hit that apex, and then let it track out towards the wall. Whereas with the Andretti line, you basically shortcut it down and let it apex, and then you take a shallower exit. At times that can work, but you have to make sure you got clean air, like right here. Oh, he almost got loose coming up at turn 4.
And he caught it.
He lost a bit of momentum there, but he got it, yes, indeed. But he will have to try and remount that momentum that he had, and he's going to do it right here. He's going to try and make a run on Adriano Fraporti side by side down the backstretch as they go into turn 3.
Clindy looking at the high side of Moskowitz going through 4. And there is Alex Van de Sant around Fraporti out of 4.
Justin, what about the Obster IndyCar line? That could be good too. Chico Obster said in the chat.
What? Just barely clout the wall and damage the car? That way you can get the corner entry better, but
he was just narrow. He was just narrowing up the car. That's all he was doing.
I call that the Oster Nashville way. I wouldn't call that the Milwaukee way. But I see what you're saying there. Looking at this battle, though, between Antonio Estrada and Jacob Collins. Estrada was up near that third groove. Collins was trying to get that run. He's got a little bit of it now. Washes up just a little bit. Gets caught in the dirty air between him and Estrada.
2 teammates. Not going to race each other too closely, but they are going to race each other vigorously.
Lost that momentum on the bottom line there on the asphalt.
Big dive down to the bottom of the corner for Jacob. You can hear him on our Monday night broadcast, along with Murph, who's checking in with Chad. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split presented by Topia Systems, and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing, and while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Still early going here. Lap 17 of 105. Your current leader is the King Heel himself, Brandon Trost.
That's definitely one way to describe him.
Well, you know, there's some people that should embrace the heel role. You know, be like Roman Reigns if you want to. Be the heel. I think Brandon should just embrace the heel role.
Like Roman Reigns, more like John Cena.
John Cena hasn't been a heel until this year, though.
I think Trost is like I gotta say the Miz. Sometimes it's heel, sometimes it's good. Yeah. Sometimes the people like it, and someone is go away for long. Then we remember him, and it's like, oh, he's here. That's at least something.
Oh, Collins almost had that shot going off of turn 2, but he lost so much momentum. He's side by side with, I believe that is ADS
Alex, yep.
right behind him. He tried to get around Antonio Estrada. It did not work, but that allowed ADS to get the momentum. ADS is now still caught up a little bit in the dirty air between both Collins and Estrada. ADS with the run coming up for turn 2. He might be able to get that charge down towards turn number 3 on Jacob Collins, and it's not going to be up this time. He slots in behind him.
Gonna take a peek, and big power slide coming off the corner, losing a lot of momentum. He's gonna lose a position to at least for Porty, and possibly one more. That is Chris Janke in the Kumasato Indy 500 livery right there.
Matt Hollabaugh with the quote-unquote Adrian Fernandez Takade still backing.
The track record set back in when the kart used to race here back in '98 by Patrick Carpentier was a lap of 185.5. The IndyCar current the IR18 track record. Actually, it's not. The current IndyCar track record I guess if you want to call it contemporary IndyCar racing, set back in 2006 by Helio Castroneves with a speed of 172.4 in the IR05. So the IR18's not up to the same speed of the IR05s here. We'll still see when we get the hybrids under the hood here. As Alex getting a spot back on for Porty. Your career wins leaders here at Milwaukee is a name that we don't say very often. Roger Ward, excuse me, if I can get it out of my mouth. I don't say it often enough, and I had a hard enough time saying it. Roger Ward, yes, the old veteran with 7 wins and 13 races dating back to 1957 to 1963. He is your career wins leaders here. Next closest driver to him is Michael Andretti with 5.
Oh, that's a gaggle going into turn 3 here.
Now we're watching this battle right here. 9 drivers, one for more than one sanctioning body. The last was Sebastian Bourdais. He won in kart, and he also won in IndyCar here. 10 drivers managed to back up their win Indianapolis with a win here. The last one was Juan Pablo Montoya when he won the IRL race in 2000 at Indianapolis, and then came here and won the kart race, giving Toyota their first ever IndyCar win the week following.
Oh, Hamilton coming fast.
Porty is just struggling coming off of turn 2 there. I think he's cooked his tires.
Yeah, that's the big problem right here, especially this long into the stint. Go ahead. No, Alex, go ahead. We'll get the camera on Alex here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Alex is not have the tires cooked. Because normally when you have that spin, you have to adapt it again the car on 2 laps, and it's 90% you loosen after in the first turn after you do that spin. So pretty surprised that Alex is still in track.
Alex is known Alex is known to cool his tires, especially after what happened there, where he nearly spun coming off of turn 4. He's been known to find ways to cool his tires down, and it looks like he has, and it's working to his advantage. No change though among the front four here, but there's battles all over the place, and that's usually the case here at Milwaukee. Every now and then you'll see top 4, top 5 just start running away, while everybody else is just throwing haymakers behind them, and and the guys that are up near the front within the top 4, top 5 are just hoping to God that one of those guys that are fighting behind them do not bring out a caution.
Pinheiro is really close to the wall in turn 2. I already saw him in turn 2. Now he decided to use the high line side by side with Hamilton, but it is close, and I think so Hamilton is more faster than Pinheiro, and it could be maybe getting close on the Tues.
But the more these two throw haymakers at each other going side by side, the more Tues will be able to pull away. And that is what he's hoping for. And right now, that is still the case right there as they come off turn 2 with Hamilton Akabuze trying to look on the inside of Adriano Pinheiro. That time it did not work. He's going to try again. Gets the door slammed shut on him as they go through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, face full of dirty air. This is their closest battle on the racetrack. And these guys have been going out for a number of laps. Tues now out to an 0.8 of a second lead.
Ooh, Pinheiro with a little bit of an oversteer situation there. That opens up the shot for Hamilton Akabuze. Not going to be enough. He gets dirty air thrown at him again. But Hamilton Akabuze still in that trail of Adriano Pinheiro as they go down towards turn number 1. Akabuze goes to the low side. Pinheiro goes to the high side. Side by side. Wow. Momentarily as they come off turn 2. Not going to be enough. Akabuze slots back in.
You know what's funny this? They battle for the position, but Tues is not fast. It's really almost half a tenth slow. These two guys racing for the position. Actually, I think so. Tues is getting struggle with the tires or something because I see it's slow. It should be going fast because it should be go away, but it's not. It's still in there in 7/10.
Yo, I think Pinheiro got the wall there coming off turn 4. That opens up the chance for Hamilton Akabuze side by side as they go into 1. Still side by side. Will that be enough? It's not going to be enough, I think. Still side by side. Dead heat as they come off turn 2 down the back straightaway towards turn number 3. It looks like, yep, Adriano Pinheiro will still maintain second place.
Now let me throw out a counterpoint here. Is Tues maybe taking it easy, knowing that those two guys are racing back there, and maybe taking it easy on his tires, knowing that this could be a long green flag run?
Yes.
I think he don't use properly the exit on the turn, because I see he leave the space. Now he make it properly, but two laps ago it was he give it a lot of space in between the wall and him. So that's why maybe. Like now, it's not like I see Pinheiro is getting super close to the wall. Now it's pull away Tues for 1.3. But the moment Hamilton pass Pinheiro, he's gonna go like a missile to Tues easily.
Yeah, these Akabuze and Pinheiro are they're playing games with each other. They're trying to see who can bite the bullet, so to say, on overcooking each other's tires. And right now it's a bit even because these two are they're playing cat and mouse. It's almost like Tom and Jerry, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Pinheiro's adjusted his line that time. Low through turns 3 and 4, low through turns 1 and 2.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. That's the problem when you approach to the corner.
Big run. Here's a big run. Here's a big run by Hamilton.
Yeah,
he was.
Enough.
Yeah, he had a big run. He was in the accelerator for half that corner. I thought he was going to get right up next to him.
Oh, it's coming fast now.
I think he's going to get him this time. He's going to go down low in turns 3 and 4. Pinheiro pinches him down. Not going to be enough. still side by side as they come off the corner here. And at the line, it's still going to be Pinero, but Akabuze still has that open lane there on the bottom of the track here. Still side by side, coming off turn 2, dead heat even. Here they go into turn 3. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Akabuze that comes out this time? Turns 3 and 4? No, still side by side as they come off turn 4.
Oh, he could have slid up if he wanted to.
Yeah, but that would have brought out a caution because he was not clear there. Still side by side. Pinero backs out of it.
Now he's clear.
Now.
I think he could have slid up there, but I think he was being a nice guy and not sliding up there, coming off the 3 and 4 last time. I think he was clear, but I think it was just Brazilian clear.
Yeah.
This is a problem now. Hamilton have a clean air for 1.7, I think. But
yeah, 1.7.
Yeah, they have a now.
Gross is traffic, yeah.
Lap down.
Fraporti is come all the way to the back. He was at one point. Oh, and Fraporti just blinked out. Fraporti at one point was in the mid pack, and now he's all the way to the end of the pack right now, 19th spot.
Yeah, I think he overcooked his tires. He went from having medium rare tires to well-done tires. I'll see myself out.
And Cabo Easy, give him a little clean air, give him an inch, and he takes a mile. Purple lap, a 160.2 with worn tires but lighter tanks.
1.0 now. He was at 1.7 now. So it's going to be just time to catch him before the pits stop Patty.
Yeah, he's got it back to 8/10s, which is basically where we kind of picked up the Pinero-Cabo Easy battle when they started going side by side. They were about 8/10s behind. Then it grew to about 1.7. Now back to 8/10s, now 9/10s for Cabo Easy in second, who is now held up a little bit behind for Porty. Pinero is faded back to third now, 2.1 seconds behind the lead. We'll get you some gaps here.
Akabuze has cleared Adriano Fraporti now. He has got Brandon Trost in his target sights.
Just to give you a reminder, this is a fixed setup race, no fast repairs, 3 sets of tires, 1 in the car, 2 in the pits. A 45, big twitch by Cabo Easy coming off a 2. He caught it. 45 miles per hour pit road speed limit, and a very dangerous pit in and pit out of pit road here. It's threading the needle getting on the pit road, and it's very slippery getting off of pit road.
Especially with how narrow that pit lane exit is there, as you see, as they came off turn 2. It's bad, but it's not as bad as New Hampshire is, where that one is literally threading the needle coming off of pit road. And here comes Trost in the pit lane.
I think this was more difficult. I think, in my opinion, it's more difficult at Milwaukee than New Hampshire, at least. At least New Hampshire have a break in the exit, but here it's like no.
And this is a scheduled stop. Should be a scheduled 1 stopper to get to the end. And we are about right about the halfway point. And down and away, Trost now clears the cones. Oh, and the caution on the racetrack. Hollenball off the wall in turn 2.
Oh, no. He got wrecked.
No. Trost. Oh, no, Trost. Unlucky on Trost.
Oh. It was actually 2 cars, 1 car up and over. That was the 17 of Michael D. Kenner.
Here we go again. We'll watch this incident. Yeah, he just comes right up into Matt.
He slides the whole length of the back straightaway.
Yeah, he just slid right up into him, unfortunately, trying to get that spot. and it cost Hollenball the race there. It probably cost both of them the race. So we are under caution, and just bad luck for Trost. Bad luck for Trost, although he's going to stay out, and he'll get the wave around.
So Trost in chat inside the game said, good win, Hamilton. So, even with 50 to go, it already give it to the win to Hamilton. It could be everything happen in 50 laps, so not really game over.
Yeah, there's still a lot of racing to go here, for sure. But your leader off of pit road is Hamilton, and then Pinero second. Tanner Richards, very quiet race for T-Rich. He's in third. Nick Sudik fourth. Tony Bizzarro fifth. Go ahead, JP.
Also, going back and watching that wreck, Michael D. Ketter was in a Pato award scheme, so hopefully that's not a foreshadowing of when we do go there next month, in a couple months' time.
There are your current conditions. Track temp 110. Ambient temperature 78. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series, Tuesday night top split presented by Topia Systems, and to respect the stream, please do us a solid. Be sure, if you're unable to donate to the broadcast, the next best thing to do is support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and help the algorithm. Click the bell there so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Topia Systems is the presenting sponsor of the Tuesday night top split here on P1. Topia is where quality and affordability go full throttle. From custom rigs to powerful pre-built, Topia Systems delivers top-tier performance without all the sticker shock. Built from premium parts and backed by a team that cares. Every system is tuned for gaming greatness. Topia Systems, built right, price right, game on. To learn more, check out our links in the description. Getting ready to go green this time by. It's Hamilton, it is Adriano, it is Tanner, it is Nick and Tony. Your top five coming to green this time by.
Pace car makes that hard left turn. And away we go, back under green. Here it goes, Hamilton Nakabuzi.
Big hesitation in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Right around Van de Sants.
Good Lord. Oh, I thought we were about to have another wreck there. Thankfully, we did not. And already, look at this. Here comes Kyle Cledworth to the inside of Tracy Shedid as they go through 3 and 4. He's going to probably be able to, he clears it now. But here comes ADS.
Oh.
ADS almost into Tracy Shedid as they came out turn 4. And now they're side by side. Looks like Tracy Shedid's going to let him go by and say, that was too risky. Not going to take any more. Oh, Tracy Shedid looking like he's got a little bit of an oversteer problem as they were going through 3 and 4. That's going to open up the chance for Seb Alexander to look to the inside as they go through 1 and 2 here at the bottom of the speedway. Not going to be enough. Seb Alexander will slot back in behind Tracy Shedid. And that is Chris Janke behind him. And Janke gets...
Here are your points, by the way. Tanner Richards, Hollenball, Alexander, your top 3. I just brought it up and didn't have the graphic ready to go today because no one really cares about points after the second race of the season quite yet. And especially with next week having a big wild card race next week. It is a meme race doubleheader next week as we head to Daytona.
Oh, look at this side by side between Chris Janke and Jacob Collins as they go past the start-finish line into turn number 1 here. Collins will throw it in to try and clear, but that's not going to be enough. He washes up into Chris Janke. Janke barely clouts the wall, somehow slots and makes it through, but Collins is going to try again. He's going to throw it under. He will wash up with no grip on the front there whatsoever, and that's going to burn his tires up. He does not want that to have happen, but here comes Logan Edwards right behind Collins as they go through 1 and 2.
I find it so hard to believe that Logan Edwards, we've seen him in so many of these top split races. He is the 19th out of 19 cars in terms of the numbers given out for your number assignments, and normally that has to do with your I rating. This is the lowest I rated driver in this split. I mean, that's hard to believe. I mean, he's such a good driver, and he's the lowest rated driver. That is how tight today's strength of field is. It's and how incredibly close all of these drivers are lined up from top to bottom.
At one point, he was up in the 8th position, though, where he started, and then he had to fall back, courtesy of what was happening there with the dirty air around the track here.
Trost now up to 10th. As Hollabaugh coming off of pit road, getting repairs.
I have to add something else where you mentioned about the Logan Edwards and the field also too. So in 5 years, Indy fixed it, or Indy Oval fixed it, is now. It's getting more competitive. 5 years ago, we have the maximum, like the Medic with 6 point something, and a couple others, including me, with 4 point something, and that's the field we have it around. And now we have people, Hamilton with 7,
Lundy with 6,
Adriano with 7. So basically, everyone is with over the 4 point something. Before 4 point is like a wow, you're on the top. But 5 is like a getting difficult. But now we know everyone can go in IndyCar over the 6K. So before, if you want to go to 6K, you have to go to NASCAR for sure. But now you can make the 7 in IndyCar easily. Because we have a field at least to do it.
Trost gets around. We had a proximity alert there between Trost and Seb Alexander. Trost gets around Seb Alexander. Now he's attacking Trace Shadid. This is for 8th. And he's around Trace Shadid. So move Trost now up to 8th. Your leader at lap 68 is Hamilton, followed by Adriano in 2nd, T. Rich in 3rd, and Nick Sudik in 4th, Tony Bizzarro 5th. That top 5 is virtually unchanged from the very start of this race, with the exception of really Trost when he came to pit road early. Clindy in 6th, Alex Van de Sande up 10 spots to 7th. Trost now 8th, Shadid 9th, Seb Alexander in 10th. That is your top 10 coming to lap 70.
Completion of 69 laps. As you said, coming on to lap 70, and already we see guys that are getting single file, but there are every now and then guys that are just throwing it into the corner to try and get past the guy that's ahead of him. One of them being Jacob Collins. He was still trying to get by Chris Janke, but it was not enough, and he washes up again right behind Chris Janke in front of Logan Edwards. Logan Edwards is going, can you just make up your mind and hold the line? That way I can figure out how to get away around you?
3 different lines of cars through that corner. Incredibly flat racetrack. It is measured at a mile. It is measured at a mile here in iRacing. However, depending on what racing series races here, it kind of comes in at a little over a mile. IndyCar measures it at 1.015. CART used to measure it at 1.032.
And also a little interesting factoid about the Milwaukee Mile here, literally right in the infield here in front of the main grandstand. The Green Bay Packers play championship football a number of times here, and actually, I believe, if I remember correctly, they won one of their NFL championships here back in the 30s. So not just a horse racing track or an auto racing track, but also a football field as well.
Still watching this battle between right around Janke, Collins, Edwards, Estrada. Back-to-back Milwaukee Indy 500 winners. It is a long and prestigious list. Bill Holland, Pat Flattery, A.J. Foyt, Al Unser Sr., Johnny Rutherford, Gordon Johncock, Tom Sneva, Rick Mears, Al Unser Jr., Juan Pablo Montoya have all accomplished the feat back when Milwaukee used to follow up the Indianapolis 500 on the calendar. Not the case anymore. Maybe one of these days we'll see Milwaukee return back to that traditional spot. But we're seeing a little bit later into the summer.
Your lips to the racing god's ears.
Now watching Logan Edwards down low of Jacob Collins.
because that was one of the original sayings. Whenever a guy would win the Indy 500, what are you going to do next? I'm going to Milwaukee.
Now, this was the first race that the public, generally outside of the city of Indianapolis, got a chance to meet the reigning and new Indy 500 winner, as when they came to Milwaukee the next weekend. Often teams that did well at Indianapolis, if they had an Indy-only entry at Indy, they would come to Milwaukee with the extra money they earned at Indianapolis and have another race on the schedule. So often the Milwaukee races were sometimes the second most star-studded races of the season.
And there were at certain points during each year, every now and then you'd actually have not just one Milwaukee race, but two Milwaukee races, and they realized maybe just going to one race is better than having two.
They had two up until about 86 to a season. And then after that, they went to one until IndyCar stopped coming to here. And then, of course, recently, IndyCar just recently started coming back here last year. And they are here, hopefully, to stay.
Even though we've been hearing about some things going on schedule-wise.
Yeah, check this out. Here's Trost. Here's Alex. Here's Clindy.
Oh.
Ton of wins in these cars with these three right here.
Oh, these two are putting on such a good battle, though.
Like Trost is resetting a little bit. Backing off. Now he's getting back into the attack on Alex. Going to stay up high, trying to get the clean air. Thing is, Clinty's going to stay high and not give him any of the clean air. Clinty with a big run on the high side. Gets a lot of momentum down the front straight. Lap 82 now of 105. Here comes VDS down low. Using a little bit of that curbing to help his car rotate.
Oh, I thought they were about to wreck there coming off of turn 4 between Clindy and VDS. Oh, almost contact there. I believe there was. Just slight contact going into 1. Trost is just biting his lips, going, come on, guys. Yep. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, be patient there. Oh. Yeah, Alex had no choice there. It was either roll out of the throttle or take out Clindy, and he does not want to do that. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 2 of 12 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, presented to you by Topia System, coming to you from the Milwaukee Mile, where currently Hamilton Akabueasy is our leader with 21 laps to go. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Also, don't forget your commentary team by sending a donation via our GoFundMe campaign, link in the description. We would certainly appreciate it.
Trost now has that momentum. He's caught back up to the rear wing of VDS and Glenworth. Trost will stay to that high side, though, right about the third groove of the track. He's using the draft, though, to his advantage on the straightaways. And once they go down low, he has enough clean air, but it's not enough to try and get that blast off coming off of turn 2 and turn 4.
A little bit back behind this battle, we got Daniel Hesje. We have not seen him in a while here on the top split, the Brazilian. Then we have El Patron on the high side, Hesje in the middle, Patron up in the wall, Jacob Collins down low.
Oh, they're going to try and make it 3 wide for a moment there. Washing up. Oh, parks it.
Oh, and there might have been contact. There might have been wing to real wheel contact, maybe damage on Hesje's car.
He was not expecting that from Jacob Collins, though. But now back up to this battle between VDS, Glenworth, and Trost. Trost is there. He is on the rear wing of VDS. VDS and Glenworth are side by side. Glenworth will have to slow up just a tad bit. VDS goes to the high side, throws up that block on Trost as they go down towards turn number 1.
Clindy, your current reigning Indy Oval Series champion. Alex Van de Sant, multi-time, multi-league champion, 3-time champion in the Elite Racing League. And Brandon Trost, the man with over 1,000 wins here in iRacing. Very accomplished trio of drivers right here.
Alex hit the wall.
He did.
He did. It was barely contact, though, with the wall, but he is still able to maintain a little bit of a gap between him and Brandon Trost. But in front of him is Matt Hollabaugh in that broken car.
Meanwhile, back up front, Akabuizi with 15 to go. Your leader by 1.2 seconds over Adriano Pinero. Tanner Richards in third. Pizarro in fourth. Nick Sudik in fifth. That is your top five, and they are all kind of spread out. Right now, if this race were to end, that's exactly how it's going to finish. These guys do not have a single chance unless there was a mistake happening in front of them of picking up a position, because they are just so far spaced out with 14 to go. Your closest battle on the racetrack really is this battle right here between Alex Van de Sande and Brandon Trost. Kyle Glenworth 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Glenworth is trying to get another run. Oh, a little bit of an oversteer as he came off turn 4 there. He's still in the draft of Brandon Trost. Glenworth throws it down to the bottom of the speedway here. Oh, a little bit of his car understeered there on him tremendously, and he was somehow still able to maintain that momentum now. He goes back down to the bottom of the speedway in 3 and 4 here, lets it track out towards the wall. He will lose a little bit of momentum as he gets caught up in that dirty air behind Brandon Trost.
I do have to ask, with 12 to go, how would this race be different? Lewis, what do you think? How would this race be different if we didn't get that caution and then Trost would be battling for the lead instead of being stuck back here in 7th?
I think Hamilton's going to be up front. To be honest, let's be honest, Hamilton have a lot of momentum in the track. I really saw how he make the pass on Piñeiro. He waited for the moment, and he make the pass, and then he approached in just 3 laps, from almost 2 seconds to the front in 2 or 3 laps, close to Trost. So I think Hamilton is the guy to, for sure, win the race. But I think after the circle back, it should be Hamilton on the front, or maybe attempt to be on the front.
Oh, Trost is blinking.
Yes.
I think Trost is out.
Here.
Trost is falling through he is falling through the field.
Well, look at how, if you're gonna be more terrible this, be on the first, and then have this problem for the internet. This would be disaster for now, but for Trost. But now it's double disaster for him. The pit stop, and now the internet. So.
Yeah, I saw him start to blink coming off of turn 4, and then right off turn 4, he just went straight for the pit, and he hit the wall.
Yeah, it's out actually. It's out. It's 2 laps down.
Not just 2 laps down, but he also got the meatball when he hit the wall on the inside of the front straightaway.
Whoa, teammates side by side here, Collins and Estrada. This is for 12th.
Tadit and Chris, and with Matt in the 3Y.
And we got battles kind of starting to form now late in the race. Here is this is Trace Shadid and Chris Janke. This is a battle for 9th. And then don't look now, but Tanner Richards has been caught by Pizarro. Tanner Richards has not really had to battle anyone today, other than on the starts and restarts. Here is Pizarro down low, but Pizarro's going to have a car in front of him, feeding him the dirty air, and for Porty, he's going to slot back in. 4 to go.
There was just a bit of a radio communication from Matt Hollabaugh over the radio. It was just a simple hooray.
Pesci getting out of the way of the leaders. Our leader is now caught up to the tail end of that battle with Collins and Estrada with 3 to go.
Yeah, I'm looking at this battle, though, between Trace Shadid, Chris Janke, and Logan Edwards. I think this is how they're going to finish, because these 3 right here now they're maintaining distance within each other. but it's not going to be enough to where it's a crazy finish.
Easy now on the 6th of Estrada. Going on the low side underneath him through 3 and 4. Down the main straight. Looking at the white flag. One more circuit to go for our leader. Easy now underneath Jacob Collins in 3 and 4. He will unfortunately put Jacob. No, he lightens up on the throttle right there at the end, gives Jacob his lap back. That was nice of him. Easy gets the win over Pinero and Tanner Richards. Hamilton with the mercy, shows mercy there at the end.
And Collins over the radio, thanks for not putting me a lap down, Hamilton. I say, guys, another fantastic race here at the Milwaukee Mile.
And there you see. Here's your top 10. Easy, Pinero, Richards, Pizarro, Sudik, Alex Van de Sant with the big drive from the rear. I guess he would be your Luis Gonzalez driver of the race, would he not? Up 11 spots, Luis. There's your Luis. Luis Gonzalez Nunez, driver of the race right there. Alex Van de Sant in 6th. Clindy in 7th. Seb Alexander at 8th. Tracy at 9th. And Chris Janke. Pretty good run for him as well. He's up 4 spots, finished in 10th. Logan Edwards was your lowest rated high rating driver here. Actually did pretty good. He finished 11th. Jacob Collins in 12th, Estrada 13th, Hesche 14th, Moskowitz 15th. Then we got for Porty, Brendan Trost with the DC in 17th, Hollenbaugh with the incident coming off of turn 4 with Kenner, and 18th and 19th with Kenner there. And we are getting some interviews ready set up here, well as our replay. Stand by. Stand by. We will get people in here just momentarily.
Just an update on Schroep's situation. It was not his internet connection. His graphics card overheated.
Ooh.
And his graphics card is an RTX 5070. I haven't heard that happen in a while, so that's something to make a note of.
All right. And I don't think Tanner is here. That's okay. Pinero might send us a message. If he does, we will read that off. So we'll go ahead and bring up Hamilton Akabueasy, and bring him up in here. And here he is. I can bring him in. There he is. Hamilton, congratulations on the win. Bringing you up quickly. No Tanner and no Adriano. So I guess the big thing there is a great racing between you and Pinero there in the mid portion of the race. But a good show of mercy there on Jacob Collins there at the end, coming off the throttle to give him his lap back.
Yeah, I mean, this was actually a pretty fun race. I thought after Q, it might just be over, chilling P3. Unless something stupid happens, but I think after the update, it's like slightly more raceable. The setup's actually pretty nice, and yeah, I think I definitely had like really good race pace there. Q could use a little work, But yeah, like the battle with Adriano was really fun. So it was good racing him, and I mean it's good when we can get a battle going, and there isn't some like stupid netcode or something, with like the ping difference. Yeah, like it's always good to battle Adriano, and then caught up with Tross like relatively quickly. Then he pits. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see how it plays out. Like if he pits there, I was gonna go like another 17 laps or so to see how that played out on the long game. But I mean, I'll take it. I knew I could pass him eventually. I mean, well, I could catch him, but passing him would be pretty difficult. But yeah, it was really fun racing. I was pleasantly surprised that it was good. So yeah.
Where did you feel that the most improvement was made? You said the racing felt better in this car with the latest update. Where did you feel that it was improved? Was it in traffic? Just the track in general had a better feel to it? Maybe at points you weren't floating or feel like you were floating, had a better connection with the surface? Where did you feel that there was the improvement made?
I mean, it's pretty hard to tell, but like at Gateway for IIS, like it felt like there was less dirty air for sure. Like a bit less. And so you saw it here, like usually here, they'll get like 1 second plus gaps between everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like there's a good amount of close racing throughout the field. So I think there's just, at least on the short ovals, less dirty air for sure. And so it improves it a bit, makes it more fun. Still use some tire fall off, but yeah, like, real life had crazy fall off here. It would be really cool to get that eventually. But still pretty fun.
Congratulations on the win. You guys with Fiercely Forward are really starting to stack them up now, building quite the juggernaut. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
Of course, shout out to FF. Shout out to Nick, racing. Pretty good top 5 for him. Wasn't on the broadcast this time, so I actually raced. So that was, yeah. Glad he got a chance to race. I know he's been pretty busy recently, so yeah, that's cool. And yeah.
Congratulations on the win. Now, are we going to see you when we get to the crazy race next week at Daytona, or are you going to take that one off?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, some people might want to take that as a week. There's like, yeah, I'll let the crazy people go out and race. But it's good to see you. And if we see you next week, hopefully we do. Best of luck. But we will catch you later. Congratulations on the win.
Cool. Thank you.
A lot of people next week looking at the schedule going,
I
no.
to Tony, and Tony's in the waiting room if you want to. Also. Because we don't have a Richard, we don't have a Pinheiro.
Okay, so who's in the waiting room right now? I got Nick, Tony and Nick. Okay, I see a third person there, but I can't see the name because I got my streamer mode enabled. But we will bring up Pizarro here. We'll talk to him. Here he is. Tony Pizarro, we'll bring you on up since we have a kind of a small podium interview pool here today. But finishing 4th at a very challenging Milwaukee race. You got close there to Tanner there at the end. Were you saving your tires and just ran out of time, or what was going on there? You did reel him in, though, from a considerable distance back.
Yeah, on the first green flag run I noticed the tires would start getting really, really, really tight. So I figured if I'd make it loose on the beginning of the run, they would start evening out towards the end. And I was able to catch Tanner, but every line I took, I couldn't get by him with the dead air.
Now, Hamilton said that he feels that the racing was a little bit better since the update with the car. How'd you feel about the racing with this new update with the car?
That's about the same. I've never ran Milwaukee before, so it's tough to make an accurate comparison. But he won the race, so I'm sure he's thrilled about any circumstance.
Well, I know one racetrack that we probably expect to see you at next week, going to Daytona. Will we see you next week when we go to the big track and see speeds up in excess of 250 miles an hour?
I actually didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll probably be there for Monday too, as a matter of fact. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fun.
We know you like those pack racing tracks. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to for your top 5 here today?
I want to thank Alex Crapser, Zach Michael, Steven Spears, Logan Sheets, David Rattler, Jeff Van Splendor, Garrison Fadden, David Rattler, Zach Michael, John Batista, and Dalton Lucas.
David Rattler, there's a name I haven't heard in, God, who knows how long.
I haven't seen him either. I wonder if he's still overground somewhere. Hope he's okay.
Well, he definitely had a list prepared of people he wanted to shout out. Well, hopefully, if you were listening, he shouted you out. Congratulations. We will see you in a week when we head to Daytona.
All right. Thank you, guys.
So, is that Nick Sadiq, and who else is the other? Is that Tanner is the other name in the waiting room?
Don't know. I have to go down and ask him, but don't sure.
I don't know, but I guess we'll just kind of keep it there.
Yep.
I do have thank you for the message for Adriano. Here it is, Adriano's stat line. Hello, friends. Good evening. I want to congratulate Hamilton for the victory. We had a great battle. He managed to make a great overtake, and also congratulate Tanner for third place. I could have done better in qualifying, he says. I think we all made mistakes on quali, but Brandon did a great job, or did a great lap. I tried to attack Brandon from the beginning, and I had to worry about Hamilton too. That is definitely fighting two battles on different fronts there. Yeah, I could understand that. So I think I overheated my right front tire. And then Hamilton managed to overtake me. Brandon pitted and had a lot of bad luck with the yellow, which we all agree with. At the restart, I tried to attack Hamilton, but it was not possible. Hamilton did a great job and deserved the victory. And second place for me was great, too. That is it. Have a great night, everyone. And those are the words from Adriano Pinero.
Is Trost a person in there?
Oh, that is Trost. Okay, that is Trost. Then I will make sure that I can read his name next time. But that is it, I guess. Tanner Richards not showing up, but a third place for him in a high strength of field race, winning last week. I'm going to guess this probably keeps him as our points leader going into the next race at Daytona, where, boys, starting with you, JP, anything can happen next week.
Yeah, as someone that has run there for a number of years in the NIS Fixed, it's basically, it's a high-speed game of chess, and it's always luck of the draw. Anything can happen, especially at speeds of close to 250 miles an hour. So with it being a meme race and a doubleheader, be ready for anything. That's all I'm going to say.
Lewis, we know you're not a big fan of it, but it's you always seem to agree, though. It's a lot more fun to watch and call than to get in the car and race.
Oh yeah, when we have when they added Taladera and also Daytona, you have oh my god, it's crazy. But iRacing there, and it is crazy. You have to be aware about everything. So the people like that stuff. It's gonna be a big field, and also the other person gonna be over there is said Adriano. Yeah, sure. I need to do one more 5-way. As one last time, he said. So it's gonna be next week, Adriano, in the lineup. So it's gonna be interesting how many people is gonna be there. For sure, the first 30 laps is just try to survive, and then the last one is 5-way and crazy stuff. People going to the below the yellow line, and then you have this controversy about we have to use the yellow line in the finish line. Is legal, is not legal, and then we started with all that stuff is coming from 5 or 6 years ago in IndyCar. So let's see what's happened. It was a good race for Hamilton, bad for Trost. I said good for Pinheiro. It could be making more, but Hamilton was more faster. So see you next week in Daytona. Yeah, that's it. That's
I was asking Robert Malechka, and if anyone in chat should happen to know this, feel free to send me this info. I was trying to find out the last time that we've had 3 Triple Crown races on the schedule, which included Indianapolis. And then 2 other Triple Crown tracks, so that could be either Pocono, Michigan, Fontana, any one of those 3, but just at least 2 other on the schedule. and Daytona as part of the either the fixed or the Oval Series schedule. And he tells me that a couple years ago, I think it was during the blackout period, they had Daytona on the schedule with 3 of the Triple Crown tracks, but not Indianapolis. So I'm curious to look back, and if anyone knows this answer, let me know. Last time when Daytona, Indianapolis, and 2 Triple Crown tracks were on the schedule, I think it was 2021. I could be wrong. But if someone knows that answer, let me know, because I want to find out how rare it is, because what I'm thinking of is making it worth everyone's time to get in and give this a shot and maybe present a bit of a grand slam prize to someone that manages to win all 4 races, Daytona, Indianapolis, and then later in the season at Pocono, and then to wrap up at Legacy, Michigan. So keep that in mind. If someone hasn't answered that question, I will be looking at the finances and see what we could put together. But I'm thinking that we might have a cash prize in the offerings for someone that could win at Daytona, win at Indianapolis, win at Pocono, and win at Michigan to do the unofficial IndyCar Grand Slam. So I think that's really it for tonight from Milwaukee. Just kind of a straightforward race, but it sounds like from Hamilton's point of view, it raced a little bit better. I think from everyone kind of behind him, it kind of looked a little bit like the same for a lot of the races that we've had in Milwaukee. But I think really the schedule for the championship will really kick off in earnest, not next week. I think you're going to see a lot of names that you haven't expected to see in the lineup next week because of it being a meme race. But I really think the season is really going to start in terms of everyone getting really, really serious on this at Indianapolis for week 4. So just keep that in mind when you tune in next week. But I think that's going to do it. We're going to get everyone out of here, give everyone back to Tuesday nights.
Before you go,
yes.
I did faster. Season 3, 2021, biggest series, not the Oval Series. Biggest series
right.
was Michigan,
yep,
Daytona, Indianapolis, and Pocono in the week 12.
That's what I thought. And I was wondering how many times it's happened over the course of the iRacing history, and I don't know that answer yet, and I haven't spent the time to kind of research it. But I got to think it's very rare. It doesn't happen very often at all. So I'm looking forward to next week. It should be fun. And don't forget, next week is a doubleheader. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from the Milwaukee Mile. Hamilton Caboese with the win. Pinero coming home in second. Tanner Richards, your points leader, will probably continue to be your points leader at the high strength of field we have. Came home third. Join us again next week for round 3, week 3 of season 3 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, presented to you by Topia Systems, for a special meme race doubleheader as the teams and drivers head to the high banks of the Daytona International Speedway Oval. Have you ever wondered why an IndyCar doesn't race here for real? Well, now you get a chance to find out why. Coverage begins around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, that's right. Again, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you race 1. And then when race 1 is over, we're going to have a small intermission. We'll have a small open discussion. And then we will pick up the 10:15 race as our second race for the second end of our doubleheader. So first race at 8:15, second race at 10:15. Remember, all you need to know is going to be on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting for all the local times in your area. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy, require time and money to produce. If you share a passion for the sport of IndyCar, you'd enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split presented by Topia Systems. Please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated, and we thank you for watching. Make us your part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not an easy one, so please help support us and help support P1 with the weekly grind, and help us let us know what you thought of tonight's race. Help us out here. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're out, hit the bell for weekly reminders so you miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow night, opening day of Season 2 of the Horizon IndyCar Series. That's right, Matty Wagner's league's getting ready to spin up Series 2, Week 2, Year 2, Week 1 actually, for Series 2. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, you can join Mark Murphy and JillOpnet.com's Ryan Eric King as they call all the wheel-to-wheel action. Topia Systems, a presenting sponsor of the Tuesday Night Top Split here on P1. Topia is where quality and affordability go full throttle. From custom rigs to powerful pre-builds, Topia Systems delivers top-tier performance without all the sticker shock. Built with premium parts and backed by a team that really cares, every system is tuned for greatness. It never will overheat. It never will overheat. Topia Systems, built right, price right, game on. To learn more, check out their links in the description. SimWrap Market is your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources, from clean base liveries to pro-level design assets. SimWrap Market is everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit simwrapmarket.com. Download, customize, race. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow it on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. All the links you need are also on our Linktree page. You can check those out. That is in the description as well. So for Justin Petschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1 and Topia Systems, I'm Gary Gatto saying all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at Daytona for a special meme race doubleheader in the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, presented by Topia Systems right here on P1. Good night, everybody.